what's up, man? Part two.
Part two. Gibson's Lawn Service, Kingdom Lawn Care. Like that. Turn it just a little bit. Get right. All right. This section of the video, we picking up from Kingdom Lawn Care, Gibson's Lawn Service, Part 1. It's on Kingdom Lawn Care channel. This is Part 2, Gibson's Lawn Service channel. We picking up. The question was, how did he transition from his full-time job into full-time lawn care? I'm gonna let him lead that.
All right. Now this question is from we posed I made a short little video on my page. We posed a question, and you know, if you got any questions, go put them on any topics y'all want to talk about. So this is from Larry Nearguard. I hope I said it right, Larry N. But shout out to Larry. But anyway, Larry want to know about how was the transition and stuff, you know, going over from the full-time job over to into lawn care. You know what it was like. I guess, you know, what the experience was, how I felt like it was time and stuff like that. And he said, it looked like somebody working themselves to death.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to get
it. Look, man, I don't know how Mike do it, man. I don't know how he do it. But I was there, you know, and I did it a little bit, not as deep as Mike did, because I worked from 6 to 2:30. So, you know, I was at work. I probably pulled up in the parking lot about 5:30, got home at 3. You know, when it cut my grass, got home at 8 and did it all over. So mine wasn't bad. Mike working overnights.
Yeah, I worked overnight.
He working overnight.
I will say this though, when he was doing the 6 to 2:30, I did the 6 to 2:30 a little bit, and then I went and cut in the evening. But I'm mainly like a night owl. I've always worked overnight, so I would cut my grass during the day and go to work at night.
Yeah. So to answer that question, you know what it was like. Transition of my experience transitioning, and this one right here could get deep, Mike.
Yeah.
Because and I talked about it before, you know, on podcasts and stuff like that, on videos. But man, it's draining, and I mean it's a different level, man, that comes at you. You know, a different level of tiredness. And you gotta really have your mind focused on what you want. But even on the last one, man, I mentioned, you know it's time to come out when you when your lawn care business become your full-time job, and your full-time job is starting to be treated like your side job. You know what I'm saying? You missing work early. Cause this what I was doing, and this what Mike doing right now.
I'm doing that.
Missing every day you can with doctor excuses, with vacation, coming late every chance you get, leaving early every chance you get, all because you're trying to take care of your business. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we got to take care of our health, and we got to take care of our body. Yeah. So none of this is scripted. I was gonna write, you know, some little notes down, but I didn't write no notes down. But what I will say, before you leave, make sure you got your business where you want it. Make sure you buy all the equipment that you're gonna need before you leave, and make sure you got everything set up to a point where you don't jump out there and now you in a ramble and trying to figure out how to set your business up, trying to, I need a new mower. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you got all that stuff set up in a sense before you leave.
Let me ask you this now. Like I remember when he was exactly fixing to jump and go. Now, what was that factor that said it's time? Because we can say, oh man, I'm making all this money every day. I'm making more than my full-time job. But it's something clicking, you say, this it, man, it's time. What was that deciding for? When did you wake up and say, this it, I gotta do it now?
I think it was a balance. I think it was like across the board, like so many different variables.
Yeah.
You know, so many different variables, bro, in my life with full-time job, like the way they was treating me,
Yeah.
the money,
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me being able to grow my business, get my peace of mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me being able to do my own thing and run my own schedule.
Yeah.
It was all of that, bro, just coming into one that was showing me like you could do it. And even at the same time, it was so foreign to me because I never done it.
Yeah.
I never been a business owner
Yeah.
and only leaned on that.
Yeah.
Because when you're a business owner and that's all right now, all I do is lawn care. My wife don't work.
Yeah.
All I do is lawn care. I don't have nothing else to lean on. So me leaving that security job, you know, that full-time job that was giving me all that security and that cushion, you know, it was scary and it was the unknown, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never really done it before. So it was difficult, but once I got into it, man, and I started doing it, man, it just, it made it a lot easier. But what I will say, what I did do, I know who I am, and I know I'm a grind, I'm a hustle, and I ain't gonna let my family and my household slide under. So I set a date. I think it was like, we just gonna say March 15th, because it was like the middle of March. Probably was a little bit before the middle of March. But anyway, let's just say March 15th. So I set that date like almost a year before. And I knew that's when I was leaving. I had to set in my mind, I had to set in stone, I'm leaving. I'm quitting. I ain't looking back. Well, that December, I had already started prepping. I was like, I gotta get me some postcards made. I gotta get me a bunch of business cards. I gotta have everything in order. So when the end of January and February came, I hit the ground running. I was taking off work again.
Yeah.
I was missing work.
Yeah.
On holidays, stuff like that. Whenever I had a chance, I was off and I wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I was hitting them neighborhoods and I was putting postcards and flyers in people's doors. I was putting them in there. I was going, man. I was hustling, man, knocking it. You know what I'm saying? Spreading the word and trying to build my business up. You know, just to cover from that from my full-time job. And to be honest with you, we overthink it so much. You know what I'm saying? Like that, man. That full-time job, it's not hard for us to cover. I don't care if you're making $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week at your full-time job.
Yeah.
If you give that much time to your business, man, the sky the limit.
And one thing I will say, like I said, I remember when he was transitioning, and I'm gonna tell you what I admire about him. When he made his mind up to do it, he done it. And the reason I say that because right before he left, the pandemic hit, you know. And in my mind, I was thinking, man, what if he probably making a wrong decision? The money out there, but what if everything shut down? Because around this time when he left, what you been on 2 years now?
Yeah.
2 years. Now see, my business didn't really
2.5 years.
My business didn't really start taking off until about 3 years ago. That's when I kind of started seeing, okay, it's some good money. But 2 years ago is when I started, okay, it's money in it. But see, when he was leaving, I was making okay money because I was still hitting the overtime hard at my full-time job. And what he was doing, he wasn't working the overtime no more in his crew, but he was saying, hey, Gibson can well let him work my slot. And that's what I was doing. And I was thinking, I was like, well, man, I can go hit 20 yards a week, make X amount of dollars, work Saturday and Sunday. I'm living good. Why Millender don't want to, why Kingdom Lawn Care don't want to stay here and do this? But I didn't see it then like I see it now. You wasting time. You giving your full-time job all that time where you can get that time to your business. And even with me saying that, I got a date set in my head when I'm ready to leave.
Put it out there.
But it's
put it out there, bro. They gonna hold you to it. Put it out there, bro.
Man, April 15th. I said April 15th, 2023 gonna be my last day.
April 14th.
Well, yeah, because 15th
April
on Friday.
14th. April 14th is a Friday.
Right.
I already said it, man. I'm gonna be at the gate. I'm telling you now.
But you know what, man? Like thinking about that date, it's like, I'm gonna be honest.
Scary.
It's scary. Every morning I wake up.
Unknown.
It's the unknown because I'm saying to myself, man, you leaving your security blanket and you jumping out there, you don't know what's out there.
Yep.
And even thinking about it, it makes me grind harder. Like last week alone, either last week or this week, I picked up 4 new properties, good paying properties. But even still then, man, I know this job gonna at least keep a roof over my family head and food on my table. See, I'm overthinking.
Where you making more money at, Mike?
I'm making more money on the side. I'm gonna be honest. I'm making more money on the side. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm overthinking it. That's what it is.
It's the unknown, man. It's the
Yeah.
fact, and this is what it is. And see, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people, it's just not for everybody to just jump out there, because you really gotta be a hustler.
Yeah.
But like the way Mike work, y'all see how the man work. I promise you that's how that man really work. That's how he really live.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, if Mike did leave, and this is what I tell Mike, and this is what I tell y'all, if y'all got some real hustle in you, now if you sitting around, I'm gonna tell you like this, before we go there, before we go there, if you sitting around, you talking about you want to grow your business, and you sitting around and you don't wake up, you don't get out of bed till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning,
It's over with.
don't leave your full-time job.
Hey, look.
Don't you leave your full-time job. You sleep too long.
Look, if you in my area at 8, 9 o'clock stuff, your customers calling me and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Listen,
I promise you.
The first thing I'll say, man, if you lazy, I'm just being real. If you lazy, fix it. You can't be lazy.
Yeah.
You can't leave your full-time job if you lazy. If you always looking for a break. See, I'm gonna be honest, I don't work much now. I don't work a whole lot. I'm not lazy. I promise you, I grind it.
Yeah.
I grind it. I fell asleep on 0 turns.
Yeah.
I'm grinding.
Yeah.
I'm missing family time. I'm fussing with my wife. I'm grinding.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm lazy. And see, Mike, that same type of person. If he left the shipyard, if them folk fired Mike tomorrow, I promise you, I ain't never gonna worry about Mike ain't finna make it. Because one thing for sure, when you a hustler like that, this what I encouraged Mike to leave in February. I told him, I said March or February. I said, listen, and this is what I'm finna tell you what I said and why I said it. I said, bro, leave before the season start. Quit before the season start. First thing come to his head, bro, ain't no work out there.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no work. What I'm gonna leave for and ain't no work? Why would I step out there and ain't no work going on? I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you a hustler like Mike is, and you jump out there and ain't no work going on, you're gonna be sitting at the house watching TV.
No,
you're gonna be like, man, let me go out here and put some dough hangers. Let me take $40 and go get some more dough hangers.
Yeah.
Let me go knock. You finna hustle until you get buku work.
Yeah.
And as long as you go out there hustling and you trying to get that work, you gonna get it.
You gonna get it.
You gonna get that work.
You gonna get it.
And see, that's the thing I was trying to tell him. See, if you jump out there in the spring rush, this the spring rush now.
Yeah.
You jump out there in the spring rush, you gonna be busy anyway.
Yeah.
You just gonna be an average busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody busy in the spring rush. I don't care how sorry your work is. You can be
You
busy in
work.
the spring rush. That don't mean you do good work. That don't mean you're a wonderful landscaper or lawn guy. That don't mean you just wonderful at the job. Because everybody busy, everybody need work. Matter of fact, a lot of us, we be trying to get some of the work away and turning work down. And you know what I'm saying, just slide by work because it's too much. So my point is, if you leave during the spring rush, you're gonna be busy and you're not gonna hustle as hard. But if you leave before the season starts, you're gonna have so much downtime, it's gonna bother you, it's gonna start affecting you mentally. And because you a hustler and you can't sit down and you got so much down, so you finna hit that road and you finna hustle it up. And went by the time you gonna do it just a couple of weeks. You gonna do it a couple of weeks before the season start. Just a couple of weeks before the season start.
Right.
And see, everybody gonna have Gibson lawn service.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, guess what? When the spring rush come, they gonna call Gibson lawn service because that's who already been out here putting them dough hangers up, putting them flyers out.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus if you leave in the spring, if you leave in the spring rush, yeah, you gonna get some new calls.
Yeah.
but you gonna be doing the same about the same much that you did this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
right.
if I'm telling you leave early.
Get on.
If you leave early, bro, you gonna be trying to hustle so hard. You gonna be doing all kind of crazy work.
Yeah.
You gonna be grinding, bro.
Yeah.
So then when the spring rush hit, you gonna be like, man, I gave out too many of them doggone flies. I gotta get some help.
Right.
Man, these folks want 20 yards the most. These folks want 15. They want 3. They want 5. They want 6. They want 6.
Yeah.
They want 14.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't got time to do it. You almost run out of time anyway.
Yeah.
Just with your regular customers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you leave early, this is my point right here. If you just leave a little bit before time and you use that downtime, it's gonna make you grind, man. If you're a real hustler, I promise you're gonna hustle because you're not gonna let your house go under.
Yeah. You're right about that.
That's true.
Right about that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't leave real early, but I did leave right before the season started.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even really my plan to leave. Like the scenario I just gave y'all, that wasn't what I was thinking. I was like, shoot, this about the time it's gonna crank up, and I jumped out there. COVID going on.
COVID going on. And I was worried for him, man, because like I say, I was just like, man, I hope he made the right choice.
It spooked me for a second now.
Yeah.
Cause I had a couple of folks call me and like, hey man, we don't know what's going on, what's gonna happen. We're going to buy a push mower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cut our own grass.
Well, how many properties you had when you left?
When I left, man, when I left my full-time job that year, I was right at 60. I was right at 60 properties.
Yeah.
And I that year when I left from flyers and stuff, I got in the great neighborhood, Oakland.
Yeah.
I got in there and I done I still do one of those clients down in that neighborhood now, plus the entrance and plus about 4 more of them in that same neighborhood. I done the biggest mulch job I ever done at that time. You know, just from jumping out there and hustling and grinding. And that's where to put you, man, because I had that downtime and I was taking them flyers and I was sticking them in the doors and I was hustling. So, that's my little experience, man, on, what I went through, how it was, man, me transitioning over. That transition, it was hard. A lot of people doubted me.
And I didn't tell him this, but when he left, like I say, we worked proximity to one another, close proximity. When he did leave, it was a lot of co-workers that doubted him. Because the first thing they'll say, what he gonna do in the wintertime when the grass stop growing? Why he didn't do it on the side? He'll be back. He ain't gonna make it. Everybody around you gonna doubt you. When you finally make it, that's when they say, oh, I knew he was gonna make it.
Yeah.
But your co-workers around you, they gonna doubt you, man. Like, they talk about me now, because it just, a lot of people don't want to see you make it. Some people do want to see you make it, but the majority don't, and they just want something to talk about anyway. They
gonna try to knock you, man.
Yeah.
They gonna try to knock you.
And if you sit there and listen to that, it'll play in your head, and you'll be like, well, man, maybe they right. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to it.
Yeah.
If you got it set, if you look on your paper, you know how much you pulling in every month, and then you look at your full-time job, how much you pulling in every month. It shouldn't take long to cover your full-time job expense.
It don't.
So you just gotta have that hustling mindset. And even when I say this, I'm talking to myself. You can't be afraid. You just gotta do it. Because if you fail, like right now, I got a good friend of mine. He left his full-time job to go cut hair. He don't have 10% of the work I have or Kingdom Lawn Care had when he left, but he still believed in himself enough to jump out there on his own and try it. And guess what happened? He didn't make it. So guess what he did? He came right on back. He's still building his clientele up. He ain't lost nothing. But he believed in himself to try. But when he left, everybody was against him. Oh, he ain't gonna make it. He don't cut hair that good. He gonna be back.
Yeah.
Okay, now that he came back, I knew he was coming back, but he's still secretly building his stuff up on the side. And he said, I'm gonna jump again because now I know what to do. You see, he wasn't scared to jump out there and do it. It didn't work, but he came back. All he doing is reloading for the next jump.
Yeah.
That's all it is,
And you got to think about it, man. How long it take you to do 10 properties?
It depends on the size of them.
Average property. Let's just say bottom dollar property. Let's just say
man.
your minimum $70.
And I'm doing 10.
$70 property. How long it
If
take?
I start at 8, like I said, I work in one city. Man, about 2 o'clock, about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Oh yeah, about 3 o'clock, them 10 done.
So how many hours that is? 7,
9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. About 7. We just
7
gonna say 8 hours.
8 hours.
8 hours, 10
8
hours.
hours. So a regular shift day at work at Ingalls at your full-time job.
That's 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's
So
8
a
hours.
regular day.
Yeah.
Now, 10 of them. How much money that is?
We're gonna throw some numbers out here. I'm just gonna be straight. I don't care. Y'all can do the math. My full-time job pay me $28 an hour, $28, $29 an hour. Once you do the math on that, once you pay taxes, insurance,
Health insurance,
all of that, you
About
boil it
$600.
down. You making about $150 a day on 8 hour shift. Because that's about $700-800 a week. You making about $150 a day. That's what you bringing home. That's what that's after taxes. What you bringing home after everything paid, about $150-160.
Oh, but you got 401k. Oh, you got some retirement.
Yeah, you got insurance.
Oh, you got some benefits.
Yeah, you got all your benefits. But
Man,
listen,
sit down.
listen,
man.
I remember me and Kingdom Lion Care used to talk about this. We used to watch certain YouTube channels and say, man, they made $500 in one day.
Made $500
They made $500 in a day. Man, listen.
Hey, I called you. I was coming out of Helena. I was working from back then, bro. I was cutting Ocean Springs all the way to Helena. Y'all, we talking about 45 minutes apart from one end to the other. I was stretched out. And you can do this, if you growing.
Yeah.
But I remember calling Mike, because we that was around the time we watched that video. This was about 5 years ago. I said, Mike, boy, I made $500 today. I made $500. I thought I was on top of the world, bro.
Yeah.
And guess what, bro? I was underdoing it.
And the
was
first time I made that kind of money, I remember it like it was yesterday. I worked a Saturday, sun up to sundown, and made $600, like $580 or something like that. But I'm gonna tell you what. The most I made in one day working by myself was $4,200, and I did that. I want to say in 11 hours. That's that job. Remember, I did all them flowers, all that most. You're like, man, you still over there?
Yeah,
I think it was like 4,100 or 42. I was gonna charge more, but I felt like, hey man, I didn't really do how I thought it was gonna go. So I ended up charging like 4,100. 12 hours. 12 hours of work. 41. That was the most I ever made. The most I ever made.
But let's just back up. Listen, hold on. It ain't always gonna be like
It's
that.
not always gonna be like that.
Now we not saying we make this kind of money all the time.
Nah,
but I wish I did.
You ain't lying,
I
man.
wish I did.
You know?
But I'm gonna say it like this. If you bring home $700 a week from your full-time job, $700 a week.
Yeah.
You go and cut 10 properties at them $70, bro, a day in 7 hours.
Yeah.
In 7 hours, that's that $700.
That's the $700. That's the $700.
If you got 80 properties, 80, bro, math time.
That what?
That's $5,600.
$5,600.
That's $5,600, man.
And you cutting them at least every 2 weeks.
At least every 2 weeks. Man, you
That's
blowing that out.
$11,200.
You blowing that out.
Yeah.
That's $22,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's $22,000 a month.
Or if they're doing it every 2 weeks, it's allowed.
Yeah. My bad.
But
you're
you're gonna have a lot of them
right.
that's gonna be weekly.
You're right.
You're gonna have a lot of them gonna be weekly.
Yeah.
That's just cutting. You ain't done no mulch. You ain't done no leaf cleanup. You ain't done no new properties where you got to get them in shape.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. If you just price these jobs right, my minimum right now is 60. I know Mike is 7. My minimum is 60 because I got yard to take me 15 minutes. No fence line. Just weed eat around the house, down the driveway, edge down the driveway, and we out of there. By myself, 15 minutes. I charge $60. That's my minimum. That's my bare minimum. Now, if I pull up to a property, they got backyard fence and stuff like that, I'm gonna be about $65, $70. Don't get me wrong, but my bare minimum, I don't care if they call me out to weed eat round a car that they cut and the car broke down and they ain't weed eat round it. Yeah. It's gonna be $60. That's my minimum. But let's just say it. And don't go off of how many properties you get before you leave. But I just want to do some simple math with y'all. If you got, let's just say 40 properties.